What is up, guys? I haven't made a video in a minute. It's in the morning. My hair, I don't know what's going on. If anybody who has frizzy curly hair, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of crazy. But I wanted to keep you guys updated of what was going on with my biopsy and all this other shit. First of all, exactly what I predicted what was going to happen. Just going to put that out there. So my primary, because my endocrinologist, I can't see them until June, for the love of God. They're packed, man. Because they handle so many things. Endocrinology is not just thyroid. They do diabetes. They do a whole host of things. If they got a lot of diabetic patients, I'm going to be here for a minute. But, so she wanted me to see an ENT specialist. An ENT is ear, nose, and throat. They are not a thyroid specialist. Actually, I was going to walk out anyway. So, when you do a thyroid biopsy, you're supposed to do it by sonogram. You can, for guys, I go by if I had an Adam's apple, which I don't. But if it goes by this, if your Adam's apple's here, which is somewhere around here, your thyroid's right under, and you can actually feel it. Mine's swollen, so I can feel it. Mine's like a rock. It's actually a butterfly shape, and, one lobe is this. Each lobe is supposed to be 3.4 to 4 centimeters. It really depends. Men are different from women and blah, blah, blah. Mine was 6 centimeters each fucking lobe. And then 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters. One shrunk because it's sulfasalazine, which actually I looked it up. I didn't even know sulfasalazine can shrink thyroid cancer. Okay. But I'm super swollen anyway. Between magnesium, I'm in severe magnesium deficiency, and they won't do, unless I'm in the hospital, they won't do a magnesium infusion. So I have to take like 700 milligrams. My body won't absorb it so much that I have to take 700 milligrams. It would kill a normal person. But for me, no, apparently not. That's why I can't sing and why I'm losing my voice. Because of thyroid, and magnesium is like tightening up my vocal cords, and I sound like a fucking 90-year-old smoker. Great. And I miss singing. Me and Stevie just sung, man. And I remember when he first heard my voice, he goes, "How do I sing like that?" I'm like, "I got you, boo." So now he's actually going to Syracuse College to do singing and be in music. Music production, all of that. Which is amazing because it's hard to get into Syracuse. And I always told my kids, if you don't have the grades, you better have that talent. My talent when I was getting into college was, I was a dancer. I was a hip hop, I'm digressing, but I was a hip hop, pop lock, pop, break dancer. I wanted to be a choreographer. Well, my knee collapsed, destroyed, and for a dancer, your life is over. You won't get that scholarship anymore. And that was a full ride, by the way. So I had to leave school anyway because I had to support my mom. We won't even get into that. That'll be another story time. If you guys want to hear, let me know that you want to know my life story, and I will. You'll be a little. But you want to hear some drama, that'd be it. So anyway, I go to the ENT guy, and you know me, I want to test to see what the knowledge is. And he asked me, he goes, "How does your rheumatologist know that you have thyroiditis?" I'm like, "Are you blind?" I didn't know the size of each lobe should be. If mine was 6 centimeters last year, and now it's 5 centimeters, so sulfasalazine working. For any autoimmune patient out there going through what I go through, sulfasalazine. Plaquenil never helped me. Sulfasalazine, godsend. Thank you, whoever made that med. I love you. Bro for life. But anyway, it's dangerous, but bro for life. So I was like, he didn't need to see it. He saw what it says. And Mallory never sent him any of my sonograms for the last 10 years. I've been in thyroiditis for 10 fucking years. So if it wasn't for my gut feeling, like I saw my results, I'm like, no. I sent it to my rheumatologist. He goes, "Honey, you have thyroiditis." He goes, "How long has it been like this?" I'm like, 10 fucking years. He goes, "Heather, what the fuck?" And he went ballistic. And the ENT was like, "So how does he know it's thyroiditis?" I'm like, "Well, he's intelligent. He works with Scleroderma Foundation. He's a bomb doctor. God, I hope he never retires on me, because we're going to die if he does. God, give Doc Shapiro a freaking award." Well, I mean, he has tons of awards, Doctor of the Year, but he's still awesome. And he listens. If anybody has, like, scleroderma, you need a bomb-ass doctor or something, go to him. because he listens. It's like you're a partnership in it, and that's how it's supposed to be with a doctor. Because I think of things, because I do research. We all know I'm a researcher. That's just how I am. My other career was going to be a homicide detective, so I'm good at that shit. Have my degree, I just can't do shit. Whatever. So when I spoke to the ENT doctor, I'm like, you could just know. It's double the size of what a thyroid's supposed to be, bruh. Every year I get a new nodule. When I swallow, the pills get stuck and I have to drink like 32 ounces of water to get that bitch down. I'm like, and then he was like, well, my autoimmune doctor was like, Heather, you got to figure it out. Is it hypothyroidism? Hyperthyroidism. He goes, if you were super skinny like you always were most of your life, I would have said hyperthyroidism. He goes, there are people that can have both, but I'll talk to an endocrinologist. We'll work it out when you see them in June. He goes, what do you think it could be? I'm like, iodine. He goes, why iodine? I'm like, because nobody told me the importance of iodine a day in my life. No one said, oh, you need iodine for your freaking, thyroid to live. Fucking A. Like, I swear to God, what is wrong with doctors? You'd think you'd give people that little bit of information. Of course not. Why would you? Knowledge. Anyway, I digress again. So I told my primary, I'm like, you need to do the iodine test now. She's like, I doubt it's iodine deficiency. It's so rare in America. I'm like, listen, chick, I'm done with you killing me. We're doing it my way. When I say do it, you do it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Because then Dr. Spear will just do it anyway. So I did the urine test. What did it come back? Moderate to severe iodine deficiency. She wanted to put me on. First of all, she didn't say anything about, Asha, you were right. I should listen to you. Because every time there's been something wrong, I was right. I'm not a hypochondriac in any way. I normally actually don't say shit because people ignore me. And when I was skinny and everybody thought I looked pretty, you know how many times I heard, oh, you're pretty, you look fine. There's nothing wrong with you. Great. When did looks show shit? Then we diagnose shit a lot quicker, wouldn't we? So when I gained a ton of weight, my freaking primary is trying to shove diet pills down my throat. I'm not even kidding. Diet pills that are dangerous. And I was like, no. Find the reason. It doesn't make sense. Me, who's been skinny my whole life, nothing's changed, always Mediterranean diet and alkaline diet. I eat clean. It doesn't make sense. Whatever, I figured it out, thanks. So she wanted to put me on potassium iodine, which is dangerous when you're on a blood thinner and an inflammatory medication. I'm telling you, man. You can get blisters and sores down your throat. It's literally on the chemical freaking thing. Back in school, they showed the chemicals and the letters. And yeah, it's on that. Great. So I was like, yeah, no. I'm like, did you read? Did you happen to read? Because I know you keep trying to kill me and all. But did you read that I shouldn't be doing that? So I did my research, because you know me. And I found these magical things. It's actually, if you look it up, was the best iodine supplement. This came highly recommended at number 1. It's Life Extension. They even have their own freaking oncologist, a doctor in there. They're not just a normal, like, we're going to force this shit down your throat. No, they're all natural. And they want to do it safe for you guys to, and it's not just iodine. They do a ton of shit. But anyway, it's sea iodine, sea kelp. The original natural way to get iodine up in there. And it's 1,000 mcg, which is 1 milligram. So I do about 3 milligrams a day. It is going to take me about 3 months or so to bring that shit up. Do I notice a difference? Yes. There's been a little difference. But it's going to be a minute. But why would you want to put me on something that can kill me or cause very much harm? Like if I get an ulcer down my esophagus, which will suck for scleroderma, but I'm going to bleed out and die, bitch. Like, yeah, the crazy Heather's coming back. Like, she's back. Like, she's back. Alright. So, I see the ENT dude, right? And he's like, well, I can't do the biopsy. I'm like, first of all, I was excited. I don't want a needle in my throat. I've avoided the one from 10 years ago. And by the way, 97% of thyroid biopsies always come back negative for cancer. But they can turn into cancer. That's why they do them. Mine probably have them, which I don't care anymore. I really don't. But if you go to what size do they have to be for a biopsy, like you look it up and you see from like the endocrinologist gods of the criteria. Yeah, mine all fit the criteria except for the newest one that popped out. I have a fourth one now. And he was like, yeah, I can't do it. And I'm like, why? He goes, doesn't meet criteria. I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm like, because, honey, you don't think I do my research? Why do you think I've been quizzing you? And you've gotten most questions wrong, which is why I want an endocrinologist anyway. I'm like, you might be an ENT and a surgeon that can do this stuff, but why don't you have a sonogram machine? I'm like, you have me in some dental chair, which is not even the correct form of sitting, by the way, to do the biopsy. But I was like, where's the sonogram machine? He goes, oh, I don't do it that. I'm like, you're going in blind in my throat? There's veins, bro. There's vessels. There's the thyroid itself you're going to jam and not the nodule. He goes, oh, I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, nah, me, you don't. I'm like, have you seen my file and how shitty my luck is? My file is like this thick of bullshit that all could have been avoided. All of it. Every single bit of it that I've gone through could have been avoided. And it's almost like, did you know sulfasalazine shrinks cancer? He's like, no, I didn't know that. And I was like, yeah, I did the research. I was shocked to myself, to be honest with you. But my nodule went from 2 centimeters to 1 centimeter. Sulfasalazine didn't shrink any of the other ones. He goes, well, if it's cancer, it'd still be... Sometimes when nodules aren't that big, that they can be cancerous, absolutely. But they have to still be a certain size, and that means it didn't spread or anything. I'm like, so people just walk around with thyroid cancer? Yeah. He's like, yeah, until it gets bigger, which is actually true. I looked it up before I even spoke to him. But I was like, it meets the exact criteria. I'm like, but just be real. Say you don't feel comfortable doing it because you're going blind. I'm like, I'm not going to let you do it anyway. I'm like, you don't have a sonogram machine. And the person that's your, like, right-hand man today is not even from this department. She's from optical. She don't even know what she's doing, let alone... You're going to talk about criteria? I even said that to my primary. I'm like, does anybody read? The criteria is 1 centimeter. Mine's a little bit above that. I'm like, but he's supposed to do it by sonogram, and he doesn't even have a sonogram machine. The room was dirty as fuck. Like, there's no way I'm letting you touch me anyway. So it was all good anyway. I'm an observer, guys. If you do not feel comfortable in a situation, be your best own advocate. Like, I joke about everything. Humor's my life. That's how I cope. I'm a wise ass. I just make jokes all day long. It's funny, my oldest, when he was younger, he used to be like, how do I do that? I'm like, you'll get better, and you'll just be good at it. Is what it is. But I didn't do the thyroid biopsy with him. The room was fucking dirty, guys. And when I mean dirty, I mean, like, my house is cleaner. Could have just done it in my house, bro. And you're supposed to do them by sonogram. So I'm going to wait for an endocrinologist to do it. She is a bomb-ass doctor. I've looked her up. Beautiful education. We'll just say that. She's my age. And she is a DO, which people ask me what a DO is. What's the difference between an MD and a DO? Not much. It's just an extra year or two when it comes to holistic and doing things naturally, how to know the body more. Better ways to do it besides medicine, which is somebody I want. If I've ever had a DO, which was my pediatrician when I was younger, she was bomb. And my old school ortho girl, who was, again, my age, but she moved to Rochester, everybody leaves me. I really hope Dr. Shapiro doesn't. Dr. Shapiro, if you ever see this, don't retire. And stop moving your office. We're good. But, yeah. I don't know why. I guess he thought I wasn't educated because a lot of patients aren't. They just trust doctors. Me, I've learned to not. I trust one doctor. That's my rheumatologist. That's it. And he's never done me dirty. He's always been real. And be like, girl, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Cool. It was gross on how dingy the room was. And how are you going to do a biopsy? How are you going to do a thyroid biopsy without a sonogram machine? It literally says the protocol, you have to guide it by sonogram so you know exactly where the nodule is and you don't hit anything that's important. And he was like, oh, you don't have to get off your blood thinner. You could do it with your blood thinner. Fuck you. Deuces. So I was out. So anybody want to know what happened? That is what happened. And I told my autoimmune doctor and he was like, good. He's like, I wish more patients were their best own advocate. If you feel like something is wrong, speak up. Be heard. Pass this along to all your friends and be heard. Because there's no way I'm going to do it. There's no way I'm going to trust somebody with a needle going blind in my throat. Are you high? But how is somebody who's supposed to be in medical field and a surgeon doesn't know you have to use a sonogram to be guided? And there was no sterilization. It was supposed to be done in a sterile room to prevent infection. So, that's how my day went. I did get some other blood work done. What blood work? Oh, they checked my cholesterol again because remember I told you I have genetic heart disease. Figures. It doesn't matter how much of an athlete you are. It doesn't matter how much you exercise. If it's genetic, you're fucked. But anyway, I've been on a statin, which is the best statin to be on, especially my condition. If you guys are interested, I'll comment it down below. But just let me know if you're interested. So they put me on my rheumatologist recommended this statin. And he originally wanted me on 30 milligrams eventually. But my primary was like, hey, let's check it before we up it. So I started out on 5 milligrams. I was on 10 milligrams for the last, I don't even know anymore, a few months? Maybe. And my cholesterol, the LDL, was back down to normal. I don't know if she checked HDL. Why she didn't, I don't know. Because that's the one number, the one cholesterol number in HDL that never moved. It stayed at one number my entire life, which part of genetic, hopefully that gets fixed. But anyway, my magnesium is still super deficient. That's why I figured out I have to do 700 milligrams, which sucks for my intestines, but at least I'm not constipated anymore. Jesus Lord. My thyroid hormones, which haven't been checked, the ones that they're supposed to, haven't been checked since 2010. When they were depleted then. But they're now finally in the normal range. Cool. So, just keeping you guys posted. I don't know what's going to happen. When the endocrinologist date comes up, I will keep you guys informed and try to do a video. I did take a little bit of video when I was supposed to do the thyroid biopsy. But, I mean, it's kind of pointless now, right? I didn't even do it. So, I'll keep you guys informed the more I do things. I have to redo the iodine test soon. Which I don't know why it's going to take months. But she wanted to do it sooner, which was stupid. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get back to singing again. Because my voice is so... You can see the bump. Let's bring you guys to my throat. It's just lumps. But I'll keep you guys posted with everything. And again, if you guys have any questions, whether it's medical or dental, let me know. And if I don't know, I'll research it for you. I have no problem doing so. I actually love doing it. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. It keeps me going. Later, guys.